What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on TCGU University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by
James.
Jeff.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we've taken a bunch of your guys' UniVersus topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that, a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. If you like the channel, please go out and support us by going out and liking, subbing, and enrolling at Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon, all at TCG University. It would be absolutely amazing if you went out there, even if it's just go out and like a couple of Facebook posts, share some videos with your friends, or get the exclusive out at Patreon. We're also available out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and any other MP3 podcasting service that you can think of. If we're not on your favorite service, let us know. We'll get it out there.
We'll fix that problem.
We've got couples campus championships coming out here in the near future. I believe next week is Heroes and Villains that's coming out. The first one should have been live today at time of recording, as well as all those deck profiles, so make sure you check them out. We are taking a little bit, we are cooling down just a little bit content creation wise, because everybody here at the house is going to be going out
Playtesting
playtesting so that we can go play at Worlds and do the best to represent
ourselves,
TCG University, and all you
that
guys
World's crunch
at home. And so we are going to be kicking us off. And the last big shameless plug is we've started a Magic podcast. If you guys are interested in Magic the Gathering at all, it's still here on the channel, Magic Study Hall, Magic the Gathering Study Hall. Go check it out. Three of our friends are taking lead on that one, and they got some really, really interesting takes on the game.
Shameless plug. We also have a Final Fantasy podcast once a month too.
Yeah, that's true. So, big shout outs to all of the people who have supported us out on Patreon. Clay Cardwell, Jay Rogers, Jarrett Hubbard, Jerome Weeks Jr., Justin Farst, Kat Maria, Kevin Broberg, Lucidia Lacetta, Samantha Stevens, Teodoro Ruiz, and Tyler Zane Pease. Big shout outs. My very last thing, if you want to be a part of the show live, you can sub at the $1 level out on Patreon and get links to the show as we're recording. Our sponsors for this episode are Cards Custom Build and Inked Gaming. But I'll tell you a bit more about those later. James, how's your weekend UniVersus been, man?
I played a game today.
Hell yeah.
I played the Campus Championship too, but I played a game today. Yeah, I lost that match. Barely. But I drew no attacks, and then I added another attack after the match was over.
Fair enough. In your 89 card deck.
78, I believe is what it is now.
78 cards?
Yeah.
That's a very big deck.
It's 24 attacks.
I'm going to interrupt you real fast. I'm not feeling amazing. I'm trying my best to
He sucks.
stay as uninvolved as possible.
You want Dayquil? I have Dayquil.
I might take some Dayquil. Actually, it's getting late enough that I might
NyQuil?
just take some NyQuil. Yeah, that might happen instead.
If you need Dayquil for tomorrow, I have Dayquil.
For sure. But yeah, you're playing like 80 cards in your Amy deck.
Yeah.
You're locked that in. That's for singles.
Amy? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's been locked in since she came out. I played her like once and went, yeah, this is what I'm playing now.
For sure. Yeah, that's neat. Besides that, did you enjoy Campus Championship this week? This week we played the Meta Monsters. You can actually find that VOD out on Twitch if you want to watch the whole thing, or we're going to be breaking it out on YouTube here in the next week or so.
I liked both my decks. Obviously, like we talk about it a bunch. Spoilers, not spoilers. Should have probably been playing Downward Spiral in my Tim Keefe deck, but I really didn't want to. I'm tired of seeing that card in every single deck we play every week.
Well,
I just didn't want to play it.
I mean,
I want uniqueness.
I'm sure there are cards that we play in every single deck. Like Tim Keefe just plays that card really well. You know,
I'm not saying he does it. I just didn't want to play it.
Okay.
I liked my attack lineup. It played good, solid 2016 UFS.
That's really, really cool.
Pre-Bebop UFS. Yeah. It played solid pre-Bebop.
But you know it's
Hell
2020,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. 4 years in the past.
Man,
my God.
2020.
Yeah.
Like that is 4 years.
Get your eyes checked. Jeff, how about you, man?
Guys, I found my way. I'm not lost at sea anymore. Played like 3 or 4 matches today, and I haven't lost a single match.
I'll fix that.
You should have lost
Nobody
one.
sided, though.
You should have lost one.
I mean,
but I feel a lot better about my deck. I feel a lot better.
Yeah. Was it just changing out Fatality?
I think that helps a lot. And then, like I was saying earlier, like Downward Spiral is...
You definitely want a game because of Fatality. Right,
Downward Spiral is just chunk damage. Like,
the
more I try to not kill people with it, the more it just kind of like works out. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like
That's like the entire mentality of my Jetta deck is like nothing is supposed to kill you,
Right.
which we're gonna get
that's-
into
I know,
into the
I
topic.
can't wait.
Campus championship wise, what 2 decks did you represent in the Meta Monster Challenge?
I played Ken,
Ken 2 dot.
all Ken, 2 and a very cool, good Kuwabara that I liked quite a lot, actually.
That's good.
Lost a close game, but some cards I'd probably change just because there was like, I don't know. It was the weirdest thing, but I thought there was like too many mid blocks.
That is weird. It is weird.
I agree with Tyler. I'm also a big fan of 2016 UFS.
Tyler Pease in the
Yeah,
chat,
Tyler
who's watching because he paid
Pease.
$1 on patreon.com/TCG University.
You just shill the entire
of course.
entire
Why wouldn't
podcast.
Thanks, dude. I like that Kuwabara deck too.
I mean, I
It's-
have to.
it's-
It's how I
can't-
got to go to Worlds.
It's unfortunate that I never got to play a
I
shotgun.
mean, that is
but,
technically how you got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, for sure. I agree. My week's been fine. Played the campus championship, Meta Monsters, Twitch and YouTube. You can what?
That's just every second it's just been nothing but shill.
I'm just saying. I just gotta.
Somebody says anything,
Hey,
it's just like
hey,
YouTube,
we're just trying
Facebook,
to keep the lights on,
Twitch.
right?
yeah, I'm just trying to get content to the good people.
I'm down. It's just every second somebody said something. It's just been insert plug.
Just gotta get the plugs in. But yeah, I played Kung Jin, who I think is still a monster, and that's why I put him on the list. I think he's like the definition of 6-hand size aggro. Punch and Judy is still a very relevant effect. If you sleep on that, if you sleep on those 2 cards, you're just gonna lose. And then I made a Gil deck that is just like Value Town Gil, just playing just a solid life game. Of I'm gonna just wall up and play life, and I'll eventually whittle you down. Yeah, you hit me for 6, you hit me for 8 on my turn. I'll gain my health all back. I got some lucky matchups, but like really get to show off both of those decks to their fullest, which I thought was fun. In addition to that, we have figured out a way for me to go to Worlds, and so we are last minute crunching in order to make our experience the best that it can be. We're talking with the manager, Samantha Stevens, in order to make sure that all of our
Shout outs to the audience.
we've dotted all of our T's and crossed all of our I's and made sure that every detail is in
It'll
place.
work out,
Yeah. I have found a team. I know I put out a big Facebook post asking for like who's got teams. Somebody reached out to me, and so I have been filled. I'm going to be teaming with Sam Tate and Clinton Thomas, your current Nationals teams champion. But I had one
About to be Rose's team champion?
about
Or
to
second
be.
place. Sorry,
But-
my bad.
yeah, second place, right after TCGU. We're already thinking about designing our card art because, like, I was like, obviously this is the decks we're playing, blah blah blah. Which we're gonna get all into that into the post show. $1 on Patreon, get pre and post shows.
If every time you said it we made $1, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening.
Hey man, it might look at Tyler's MPs in the comments. That's what I'm saying. No, but it's we've been talking about what we're gonna do, and I was like, the only thing that I need is something about our card has to be school themed. Like that's it. So we were tossing around the ideas of like me being remember in Harry Potter, it might have been Goblet of Fire, either Goblet of Fire or Order of the Phoenix, where Snape's like walking and he's like pushing Harry's head down into the books, like that scene on a card, yeah. Or I think
him and Ron
what
are,
we're gonna
like,
do,
talking,
yeah. I think what we're gonna do is we're going to, and I hope Tyler, you might know this. This is actually an anime that I know.
Okay, which one?
We're gonna be all dressed up like the Oron Host Club.
Why? Why do you want to be?
I don't know.
Host
It's
Club?
it's super cute. It's like a after school curriculum. They got the school emblem on their chest. It sounds perfect for the TCGU logo. It's like it like the picture that I saw looks fucking sick. Like it looks so cute. I'm super down. I'm super down for that. They also wanted to put a deer in the picture.
Deer?
Yeah, because they thought I was part of the crew that got
that
got stuck in the
Booty
booty.
Boys. The Booty Boys.
If you guys, when you guys win, if you don't fucking put a deer in your picture,
We're gonna.
Here's
Dean's
what we
office,
do. You ready?
deer on the head.
There's a stag in the background. That's the mascot. That's so sick.
TCGU school mascot's a
Hell
deer.
yeah. Or it could be our patron. All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna.
more Harry Potter references.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah, I love it. I
Welcome
love
to
it.
Harry Potter.
If you want a Harry
podcast.
Potter podcast, go to patreon.com/TCG University. Sub at the $1 level and suggested a couple times. So,
And
here's
Cam will chill out for it.
See, damn right I will. So, guys, I want to talk about this cool thing that happened. This thing that happened.
I mean, I don't find it to be cool, but
What? What are you talking about? They finally delivered. It is one whole month into 2020. It's been 31 whole days, and we have finally gotten the PTC schedule.
man, if only it wasn't 52.
PTC schedule is out. No negativity here. Let me bask.
You be all happy.
I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be happy for just one whole second.
if we got this on February 1st.
I'm gonna breathe on it. I'm breathing on it. Ooh, I'm so excited. We're gonna start PTCs this month in February. It's gonna be awesome. I'm super excited.
No, PTCs don't start in February.
I know. I just wanted. I'm so sad.
PTCs barely start in March.
Yeah.
The first PTC is until March 21st
Yeah.
in Sacramento.
So obviously you're having a bit of a negative opinion, Jeff. As somebody who is,
It's not as much negative as it's
you're disappointed.
disappointed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm not trying to be negative. It's just
Disappointment is a
just-
negative emotion.
I don't think so. Yeah, it definitely is.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jeff? How do you feel about the PTC schedule? For all of you who want to follow at
Can
home,
I-
you can go out on the Facebook page. Tim Freelieb has been doing an amazing job of
Oh, yeah,
making
yes.
sure that we all stay updated with everything that Jasco's letting him leak out. But it's the slowest, drippiest water faucet I've ever seen. Oh my god! So the Jasco official page, it's not the UFS page.
Tyler, we have them all. You don't have to pull
Do
them
we?
Actually, you can pull them up. I would love that. That would be very cool for you to do.
I have a
It's
Oh,
in the
yeah,
chat
that's
already.
good.
question.
Not that chat.
Oh.
Do we know how many PTCs we had last year?
We had 2 every month starting in January. So there
Starting
were
in February.
what?
Yep, we had January off.
All right, so there were 22, not including nationals and worlds.
We usually always have January off. That's why I wasn't expecting it, but I was a little upset that we didn't get any in February.
That's fair.
We usually have January off. It's usually like their recap. They get everything busted up all the way till the end of the year of what they're planning, base, and then go, cool, here you go, February on.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
You want
I
Tim
don't know. I
Freely.
guess
Tyler, if you can hear me, you want Tim
I
Freely.
might be a little disappointed too.
You want
I
Tim
have
Freely.
this feeling like because there's only 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's
only
it.
13.
You'll find it easier
So-
through his.
I think that man, maybe we were right. Maybe there's another type of event.
There is another
Being-
type of event
Oh, is that
for sure, guaranteed.
Okay.
Regionals. It's guaranteed. The issue is like we don't know anything about it. We know 0 things.
So I mean, like, how many can
And My Hero doesn't come out till
we can
May.
drive to like one of these? No, I'm just kidding.
This is not to March. What are you talking about?
My Hero?
Yeah,
I swear it was May.
March.
3, 4.
No, I believe it's May. For My Hero to come out, the set, it's definitely May.
Yeah.
My Hero's in May.
Yeah.
Did-
It's
am I-
6 months
am I
away.
you remember-
That's
Am I
why we're
having-
complaining.
Am I having a fever dream?
You don't
well,
remember?
you probably
I
have a
thought
fever.
no. It was. Oh yeah. It's like I gotta see how many days until May 1st.
Yeah, we need
it's
to
probably like
we need to get like a whiteboard to place it up here and it just changes every podcast.
69. No, I'm just kidding. It's 70 something, I think.
82 days.
Oh, it's only been a week. My bad.
Yeah.
There you go, Tyler.
So
that one
okay,
right
so
there.
we can drive. We can drive to Omaha, obviously.
Yep. All of us.
Omaha's in June. I mean,
Uh,
it's gonna be a rough one, but we can all fit in one car.
we can go to Rockford. That's 2. Lubbock. Indianapolis.
So
Is that it?
Yeah, there's actually this is really spread thin. Like
Is that
lines,
it?
yeah.
Like,
I actually
lines for this year is very small.
I have
for us.
asked
how
my
far away is Gulfport, Mississippi?
Mississippi's like as far as Atlanta. It's like
Yeah.
20 hours.
And Georgia's not any closer, is it?
No,
Well,
Georgia's like
Georgia is
17.
in Atlanta, right?
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Or I guess Atlanta's in Georgia. It's a whole space-time continuum thing. Nobody knows where anything is.
Yeah, so
I've
you can go
actually
to Florida?
asked. What I want to do genuinely is I actually want to go to New York this year. I want to go to the Rochester. I'm so
Rochester, I'm hella down.
down to go to Rochester.
Maybe.
I want to travel further than just, hey, we can drive here, you know? Like,
Yeah, but driving's really cheap.
Driving is really cheap.
well, it's a good thing that our financial planner for trips is here. We'll some point today we'll figure out the pricing of flying to all
I
these
have
things.
asked the manager to figure it out for TCGU to go.
Yeah, that's why she's here.
And if you guys want to see TCGU go to all these events, go to patreon.com/TCG University. But no, I'm happy that we got these events. I'm a little bummed that even like the point of this whole judge program was to make Ryan Pham not bust his ass to have to go all these events, right? And so why the fuck don't we have more events, right? If we better have,
because we don't have the judges yet.
but we should. Like
We also don't have the other
so
event
the,
type.
to be they've already well, that, like I said, that probably won't come out till My Hero set.
Let's say that the regionals are equal to this.
Yeah.
We have made a lateral move as opposed to
I mean, it's the first year of the thing.
and
so.
I believe it's centralized around My Hero too. So
If
like,
you're not moving, you're standing still, right? We should.
a lateral move is better than no move.
But is it though? Because like in the grand
In
scheme
my
of
opinion, no.
in the grand scheme of things, like it hasn't done anything. Like we have not pushed forward too terribly hard, and I want to jettison like we easily could have 2 every month. We could like Jesco, you've got this cool thing. You can make it happen. They're like once a month. They're like 1 a month and sparsely 2 a month.
I think there's like 2 in July.
This is so depressing.
Right? And that's like wanting to stay
We
positive.
started late. We don't get a bunch of we don't get PTC every.
Like that's what
like,
I was
guess
excited
it's easier
for.
on fam. Maybe next year we have the big one. Maybe next year's the big year.
But like
Those-
that's
Well, like
what I'm
here's
saying,
the
like,
thing.
They're
Like,
doing so much this year.
like the
you're
Sensei
expecting,
program has
like-
already been said that like you're not gonna be able to take the Sensei test unless you go to nationals or worlds, and you're not gonna be able to progress any further until you go to those events.
you taking that test?
Yeah, I plan on it.
Me too.
Don't mess up.
Well, yeah, it'll be easy.
It's
That's
gonna be with
that's
fam.
easy. I aced it 100% on my first try.
I'm sure.
The first 4 tries, 100%. Easy peasy.
I think it was the 5th one, but
Shut up.
I think I only missed one question.
I think there's literally one where you messed up
I
on
have-
the first question.
I have
Wait,
not-
restart.
I have not. I've not missed more than one on that dumb test. And like 2 of them were like I misread the question. Like
you
it
just
was.
didn't read the question.
It was like a
just selected it at random
negative.
answer.
It was like a negative backwards, and I'm just like, fucking, shit, you got me.
Why couldn't you give me the 10 easy questions?
Yeah, whatever. But no, I'm.
I'm glad we have a list,
I-
but like
It is about time. It has been so
it's
hard.
really thin.
Yeah.
Like lines between everywhere is really thin too. It's not like, well, there's a bunch here in this area, and like they're a little chunked in between the year. There's a couple over here, a couple over there.
Tyler, is there any way you can give me a cough drop? I think one of the biggest things. Okay, so give me the pros and cons. Give me the pros and cons to
Very
having
close.
few PTCs versus many PTCs. Thank you, Tyler.
Nice, we did it.
A few PTCs versus a lot of PTCs. Like, what are the pros and cons?
The pros for having a few is it's easier on your boy Ryan Pham. He doesn't have his crew of judges yet. He doesn't have the ability to have all these people ready. It's less money for Jasco to have to be like shipping people, shipping product, doing all that, and it gives them more time to focus on everything else they're doing. The Sensei program, My Hero, the sets they're working on, all these different releases and everything gives them time to work on all that. The cons is I want to play card games, and then, like there are, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3, 4 solid PTCs we can go to in a driving distance that is less than 10 hours.
Yeah. At the same time, we do have those 4. There were plenty of PTCs that were inside of driving distance that I didn't go to last year, right?
Yeah.
And so, is it possible with the few amount of PTCs that we have that the numbers are going to be higher?
I mean,
We
can
did
hope.
have-
One can hope.
We did have a couple of PTCs last year that
I think there was
just
literally
barely
an
hit-
8-person PTC.
hit double digits.
I
But
think there was actually an 8-person PTC, and they played top 4.
at the same time, like is this the cause and effect that we should be looking at? What is it, as opposed to people aren't interested, the event's not good? We could possibly look at it instead as like, hey, the carrot to get people to come play the game is not quite big enough. Is that maybe something we think about? I don't know.
I think
What's your thoughts, Jeff?
I think that you are. I mean, I don't have your viewpoint, of course, but I think you're expecting, like, they're going through this huge change, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to expand their like numbers, right? The Sensei program, they're trying to get more judges. I don't like calling them senseis.
You call them senseis. That's what they are.
They're trying to get more senseis.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They're obviously behind on content creation.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that could be part of it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's another one of Ryan's jobs, right? So, like,
I think it's kind of. Is it Tim's job now?
Content creation? What do you mean by content creation? Like online posting?
No,
or?
like cards.
Set design.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Oh, we have no idea how they're doing on design. That's not been
as of right
spoken
now.
about
It
at all.
should be Ryan fan.
It seems like they're behind, though, right? Since we're not getting it until May.
If we're gonna be honest, if we're not getting it until May, we're assuming that it's not going to print yet. But at the same time, it might not be that the design is being slowed down. It's possible the cards are designed and they're sitting on PDFs.
I forgot
but
about that.
Funimation's just like,
Yo, hold up.
They might actually just have it. As far as I know, like, nothing's behind. They're just not allowed to release it, and they're pushing it to the release date with the movie that comes out in May.
Do you think?
All right. Well, maybe I missed.
So I don't think they're like behind. I think they're just not allowed to put it out. The same way not the same way Mortal Kombat was, but like they have to make sure they get all their P's and Q's crossed and whatnot with the like the Funimation and everything.
Yeah.
Like with Mortal Kombat, the issue became they were able to just do everything. They had it all done, and then they take it to like Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers would be like, "Nah, we hate it. Redo it. We didn't want this watermark. Change it." And they just have to throw away a bunch of shit that they just put together, and have to like practically restart.
Like that's all fine and good, but don't you think we could have like got an answer set in between this?
That's one of my things is why not have a Red Horizon set in the bag ready to go?
Yeah. I actually really like that idea.
Like once you use
you can
one,
make it like a little more basic and like just stick it on the shelf anytime.
Yeah. 100%.
and then set comes out, you go, let's adjust some things because we know what we've made so far. There we go.
Yeah. Straight up.
Did we have to use this one? Cool. We'll put on everybody slowly works on something they're supposed to work on for the next Red Horizon set.
Yeah.
And it'll slowly get done until we have to use that one.
I'm super into that.
Especially when Red Horizon is going to be the next set to rotate too.
So let us know down in the comments down below
super easy.
how you feel about the PTC schedule. Is it enough? Are we being complaining because like we were so spoiled last year to have 22 amazing events, 22 asterisks? I don't exactly remember how many there are. What we should talk about next is the tournament structure, the prize support structure. Did you read anything on this?
No.
I really like this, but man, is it rough. Like having two different participation and tops promos.
For everybody who does not know, the way that last year's PTC circuit ran is for every round that you played in the event, you were given one of the monthly promo that existed
For every round.
for every round that you played. If it was a
Most
7-round event,
rounds-
you got 7 cards, which sounds really cool, except the fact that nobody in their right mind needs 7 cards. Nobody needs 7 cards. And so what they're doing this time is
we need 7 cards.
every person that plays in the event gets 4 of the card that's handed out during rounds.
I mean,
So
that
for
makes more
this
sense, yeah.
first one is Robot Masters. Everybody gets 4.
So like me and Tyler had this conversation the other day because I was just like, Roadmaster is such a sick thing to bring back. And then he was just like, I don't know how good that would be. And I just went 4 damage, these 3 symbols, just started naming things off one by one.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some really cool things.
There's some crazy stuff, and we can get into the Robot Masters. Actually, that sounds like a really fun Tam's top 5 Robot Masters targets
for
in the
next
new
round.
age. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
And then for the Top Cuts promo,
Yeah, and so if you make top cuts, everybody gets Robot Masters, and if you top the event, you're gonna get 4 copies of
Zap.
Zap.
It's a Super Skullman 33 card. They're releasing a lot of. So like, as far as I knew, they didn't have Mega Man. They weren't. So I don't know if like the license they hadn't renewed yet, or if this is them telling us they renewed that license, or
Yeah, I
if
don't
like
know.
because as far as I heard, they weren't able to renew the license with Capcom. Capcom was busy with so much other things that they weren't able to renew the Mega Man license, so that we weren't going to be able to get Mega Man again. But now we have a Mega Man promo. So I wonder if like they got the license back, or if like we're still just under the license cap. They're not able to create anything new, but they can use some random art that they still have left over, throw it on some stuff, and they're still able to print that way.
I'm super down to get another Mega Man set, honestly.
Yeah,
I'd be super down to get these Robot Masters back in. I actually think getting like 3 more sets of Mega Man would be fucking fantastic. Maybe we can put that on a topic list later of like what we want on a Mega Man set. But anyway, Zap.
Zap is the
5-3 2 mid block 6 high for 3. I didn't realize it was a 6 high for 3. Range stun 1 enhances attack. It's plus X damage. X equals the number of characters in play. So at minimum, it gets plus 2. At maximum, it gets a ton because it has the life symbol and Selinka can play it.
Oh,
So
plus 9.
So under Amy, this thing gets 4 damage from itself,
yeah,
4 damage from Amy,
yeah.
and the plus 1 damage from having your opponent, which makes it a 6 high for 12
Yeah,
with stun 1.
sounds about right. Yeah, it's good.
Nuts.
I don't know. I feel like Zap is a fine card.
I don't think it's a top cut card.
It's a fine card, not a top cut card. I want something that's gonna feel good.
Kablama would have been cooler.
Kablama would have been really fucking cool. Think that card could come back, huh?
I
Kablama?
think it could, but I think this one's just more universal.
What if we had something along the lines of like
I think they should give this card Gauge.
I think that would have been the coolest shit in the whole wide world.
Add a
Errata
to it.
it to give it Gauge.
Yeah.
I'm
even fine with like Gauge 4. It has 3 damage. It has to get damage to be able to do it. I'm fine with that. It has 6 speed, gets damage on its own.
Well, I mean,
You have to work
it's going to
with
get
it.
at least a damage off of its own
It's
ability.
gonna get 2 damage.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, like what was the old Super Skullman card? Zing, right?
Zing, the one that ignores progressive.
Zing
if you
would
have like 5 cards in your card.
Zing
pool.
would have been hot too.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a card that I'd been okay with. It was a throw that
If you had played 5 other cards this turn, it ignored at least 5. It ignored progressive. So you just played it on I think it was a 5 diff.
it was 5 diff.
It was a 5/3 no block, 3 high for 4 throw that said, look at the name a card type, look at the top card of your deck. If it's the name card type, it gets 3 damage. That's it. That's all it does. So it ignores progressive, kind of get to play for free, gets damage, it's a throw, and you play it at the end of the chain.
Yeah.
2 Cassie Cage symbols, so like she could actually play a second attack on her turn instead of feeling bad about all of that. You know? Oh yeah. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Super Skullman gets more of his support back.
Yeah.
I'm
Although
super into that.
he doesn't need it. But yeah, there's something to be said. I wanted them to do this pretty badly about what stuff could they get back. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Tyler.
What Tyler's doing.
What could they get back when it comes to promos? And I like the fact that they are jumping out of the shell, right? Robot Masters is a rotated card. Zap is a rotated card. We're not
Let's
getting
get Piercing
as
Hell.
as much as
Piercing
I
Hell would have been better
could
than
be on
Zap.
the list. As much as I appreciate it, like Over the Top didn't need to be a promo.
No.
Because like
And
we
more
already
knowledge, nah.
they're already in the set. Like we can already play with those cards. This is a cool way to spice it up, and then add value to your old collection. Like it rewards
You
the
can play these old cards.
yeah.
And it kind of funnels with Extended. If they wanted to try to bring Extend back,
For sure.
it helps funnel that.
Yeah.
Extended makes
Oh,
cards
man.
worth it.
Where'd the Zap card come from? I've never even seen that before. Oh, there's
This
like
old set.
there's whole old sets. Oh, maybe I should check that shit out.
And then like eventually you'll have enough promos in the game that maybe from like old sets you can have like an entire deck's worth of extended cards that are still technically legal for standard
Yeah.
with all the reprints and promos and everything.
That's neat. But yeah, I'm excited for the PTC season. I'm actually really excited for the prize support. We're still, I believe,
We've only got these 2, so
we're getting our boxes. I really like the fact that we've got
Oh, yeah.
regular support because, like, as a top cut player, You know what I don't need? I don't need more
Another-
fucking stolen swords. I don't. I
copies.
don't need more copies of that card. I play 4 in my deck, and we're good. I'm not over here trying to sell a $2 card.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this topic. Any last minute things before you jump into the next one?
Tyler says he can't get you a cough drop.
Yeah, I saw that. So on to the main event. Do you need a kill card in your deck? So this came from, and we're going to do our best not to put anyone, James Stevens, on blast. James Stevens. So, this past Tuesday, we were playing cards, and we had one of our teammates. His name is Tyler Clark. You probably don't know who he is.
He's never on camera.
He's a ghost. He died back in the incident of '86.
He's our moaning myrtle.
No.
He won a PTC once. You're so funny. He won a
brought it
PTC
back
once,
to
and then he won a PTC once, and then decided to retire. What a cool guy.
Going out on top. I got you.
Is something going on, Tyler? All right, so we're moving on to the next topic. This topic was brought up to us by one of us, the good people. Last Tuesday, we had what some would call a yelling match with with 2 of our sponsored players. So
We sponsor players.
not to get too terribly into the blame game or name calling, but James was yelling at Tyler Clark
It happens a lot.
for Tyler asking questions about this deck that he wants to play, and was just like being a real sourpuss about it. And the question that he kept asking over and over and over and over and over and over,
It's because he
and
kept
over
giving me the same answer.
and over again was, yeah, but how does your deck kill? Hey, how does your deck kill? Right, but what's your kill card? How do you kill?
How do you kill somebody?
How do you kill somebody?
It matters.
And so Jeff, one of our newest players, came back scarred. He was so afraid. He saw mom and dad fight for the first time. James
Tyler fight a lot.
James-
Something has been
James
That's
came
not even
home-
actually the worst one I've seen.
James came home smelling a bourbon. Tyler, all he was doing, he cleaned the house. He was so excited to talk to him about his day. Just yelling at him in the corner. Where's the kill card? Where is it? And so my question is, Jeff had the question of,
Yeah. Do you actually like need to have a kill card?
do you need a kill card?
Yes, I think you do.
Okay.
You don't need a kill card as much as a kill condition.
Okay.
You need something you do that wins you the game. Something you do regularly doesn't always win you the game, but it can be a game plan that wins you the game. The thing.
Pause. We're gonna have a conversation. You're gonna ramble all over yourself, and nobody's gonna understand what you mean. Okay.
I
I want you to break
No
this
one's
down.
ever gonna know what I mean.
I want you to break this down because we are both sitting here on the opposite side of the fence, and I don't want you to get
Oh, yeah.
defensive and shut down.
You're fine.
Okay. So, a kill condition.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of what that is?
So you could say that you could say that my kill condition is I play a big 7-drop that gets 4 damage and deals 11. Hopefully that kills you. I don't think that's the kill. I don't think that's my kill condition. I think my kill condition is I continuously play things for free and give 4 damage until you just die.
So, could we say that the kill condition is just the game plan?
Sure, that's fine.
And so
But the
at
game
that
plan has to be able to kill. Like if the game plan's like, I don't think Jetta's game plan of I blow up a bunch of foundations wins the game. I think it controls the game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you win the game? I'd say Dita or reversals. I don't think destroying the foundations wins you the game.
I disagree with you only because like I've sat behind that deck and I know what I'm supposed to do. My game plan, my condition for winning the game is to outvalue my opponent. I'm taking my bad face down committed flip cards and I'm turning them into you not having a resource. It is better than flipping your card. You don't have it anymore. In addition to minusing all of your damage. So you are having to struggle a little harder. I am playing the best mid-paced tempo-y game that I possibly can. I don't want to stretch it into the long game because I don't want deadlock stuff to happen. I want to just keep it as
Missile launcher already sucks as a
Missile launcher already sucks as it is. I want to keep it as mid-level as possible, and I can't remember the last time I actually killed somebody with Detta. It is a threat, but it is not the kill condition.
I feel like you attempt to do it all the time.
See, okay, so
like Detta's a strong ass card. Don't get me wrong. Like normally it's like 15 damage. I get that, but at the same time, it's not the shit. I held a Detta. This game is over. Pushes up glasses, slams down reversal. It's over. That gets you killed. like you're just like, I'll fucking multiple to this thing out all willy nilly. You're like, shit.
Well, yeah, you still have to play the game.
I'll take 15. Shotgun, you're dead.
I'm not saying like just dropping Dita wins you the game. You still have to play the game.
Okay.
But like Dita, in my opinion, is your strongest option to kill somebody. I think it's the best card in your deck when it comes to killing somebody.
Here's I guess, Jeff, do you have an opinion upon this? Because I can sit here and talk about the Jeddah matchup for literally this entire podcast. We could rename this podcast into the Jeddah Hour, and I could sit here and do it and explain how the intricacies of Jeddah.
So I agree with both of you. The amount of times I've seen you kill people with Dita is, I think it's too high to count.
Ridiculous.
It's way too high to count. But I think that what you were saying is you just play. You're playing in exactly what I think. Like basically, my answer to the do you need a kill card is you're playing just like fair UFS, right? But like also it's not fair because it's Jeddah.
You hear that, Jasco? Jeddah's fair. Don't ban him, please. Especially it's 2 weeks out. The last two characters I've tried to play at a major have gotten banned 2 weeks before. We're counting the days.
So
84 total my hero.
I think it's a little of both. But.
So here's the thing about the whole Detta thing is like, like how many times have you seen me kill somebody with, I understand it's very new into my deck, with a shotgun?
Not too often.
How many times have you seen me kill somebody with the four diff that has EX2 on it? That gets a damage.
I don't know.
Because like that's also a kill card.
Yeah, for sure.
That card kills people. The thing is like Detta might be like the most well-rounded when it comes to my big large pie chart of hey what kills the most oftentimes, but it's not my kill condition. It is just something that is very valuable. Hey, having a on-block reversal that adds itself momentum, has multiple too, like that's just an inherently strong card for any deck, right? Sure. Like we're gonna see that happening with who's the DLC character? Cilia? She's got a multiple two reversal, right? Like we're gonna see her killing people the same way that Detta does. Except for she has to play the block and reversal, whatever. But like we're gonna see that same thing, just because like I'm putting myself in the scenario where you sit down across my board and you see what I have. You look at the 3 cards in my hand and go, well, if he has a Detta, I'm dead. And then you try and play around that thing, and then I kill you some other way. Like I do kill you with a blood sacrifice. Like that happens. Like
yeah, I'm like just
the thing is like I'm not sure that every deck needs to have a well. I found my downward spiral. Looks like you're dead. I'm sorry, man. Oh, looks like I found my Allurophobia.
Well, like I was saying,
you're dead. I'm so sorry.
What does your deck do? My deck is
it plays Text Fear and Allurophobia really fucking well. Like I can't say that about my Jeddah deck, and I'm not sure to give overall context. We were talking about the new character Van Helsing. We were trying to make her. Tyler was very interested, and the main thing he wanted to do was play the 7-drop. Like he just wanted to draw 7 cards. And then James was like, what's your kill condition? He goes, well, I've drawn 7 cards. I'll find one. Like there's going to be something in my deck that lets me get out of the 11 cards that I'm going to have in my hand at this 13 cards I have in my hand at the start of this turn. 7 plus 6. I'm going to find something that's going to solve the duel puzzle. But what's the kill card?
Yeah.
But it's the 12 other cards in my hand that I'm now going to be playing for the rest of my turn. But what's the kill card? Missile launcher.
Which is a fine answer. If it's missile launcher, it's missile launcher.
Totally. And so from there, you're just like, is it possible that a foundation is your kill card?
Oh, it depends on like the foundation, but it can be.
Can you think of one?
Protecting Yukina.
Confronting.
Confronting is an okay one.
Confronting Jeddah.
I think protecting Yukina is a very good one.
Protecting Yukina just adds you a momentum.
Yeah.
What are you using the momentum on?
Whatever your attack you're playing.
So wouldn't it then be the attack, and that's a support card?
Depends. If you're trying to do like turn 1 things, protecting Yukina is the like key to the Agnation. You have protecting.
Do you mean turn 2?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I go 0-1 in my head just because you have to build on turn 1.
You're good.
It's not a real turn. But like it's the same reason he's playing Fatality. It's just to auto go. Okay, I have momentum now. I can do my thing. I can go from 0 to 100 right now. And protecting Yukina allows you to do that too, along with like hidden and whatever, hiding in plain sight.
My issue with putting all your eggs in one basket of a "this is my kill" card is UFS is a very diverse game.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, like, looking at the standard guild deck now that Libra has come out, like, the standard guild deck is going to be, my kill card is Shield Big Bang. You find a way to stop Shield Big Bang, and your guild deck doesn't function anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's such a, like...
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say when I got a chance.
My apologies.
I'm sorry.
Just
sorry
interrupt
to
me.
Jump in. It's very unlike me. Let me know if this is a good analogy. Let's just take that guild deck you're just talking about.
Yeah.
And you actually just said it, but I'm going to word it a little differently just to help them out. If you take out of your deck, you just take out Shield Big Bang and put a different attack in.
Yeah.
Does the deck work?
No.
No. So is
no
is
asterisks.
Is that the definition of your kill card, right?
So
I mean, that's what you just said. But, like, is that a good analogy? You don't understand what I'm saying?
It can be, except for the fact that because I have tailored my deck for having Shield Big Bang, maybe I wouldn't be playing 5 assets. I would be playing 2. Maybe I wouldn't be playing these things that activate with only 1 keyword as opposed to 2 keywords. Maybe I wouldn't be playing X, Y, and Z card because I know that this is the main card I want to go for.
Right.
But it's not the card I want to go for, right? The main card that we want to go for in the guild deck, the one that probably is going to give us the most value, is that Shield Big Bang. Yeah. Followed secondly by like what? Missile launcher, or sorry, shotgun. Followed thirdly by, in my opinion, Keiko Slap. I thought that card was fucking nutty when I played it. And so as we're like exploring this space, and I'm like trying to figure out what is my number 1 priority attack, then it's going to be Shield Big Bang. I should tailor most of 50% of my deck, we'll say, to making sure that game plan works. But then the other 50% should be diluted towards the other stuff. Because whenever my opponent builds 4 rhythmic fighting styles and 3 and 4 balance fighters because of whatever format we're playing, like, I'm just gonna lose. Like, it's just how it is.
There wasn't a meta where you could play both.
No, there what?
Where you could play both balance fighter and Gil. I was just looking at it in my head.
I mean, maybe there was.
I don't think so. I think that set rotated out, that Mega Man set.
It doesn't matter. But that's what I'm saying. Is like you're gonna find the hard counter. It's like saying that your win condition in a deck is Goro. Goro's my win condition. Being able to tutor up 4 cards. And then you sit down across from Vicious and you're like, fuck. What do I do? He's just gonna flip all my shit.
Gotta play some UFS.
But like you now have to play real games, right? And so like sitting there and being like, my win condition is this XYZ thing is very much like, I know we talk about it too much in this podcast, is very much a Yu-Gi-Oh mentality. What is my win condition? Oh, it's I'm just gonna combo out and do this one thing, and that one thing is so strong that my opponent can't interact with it. That's not our fucking game. It's not, and hopefully it never will be. It's why cards like Maxi One Dot got banned, because it was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Ah, man, look, I've got fucking 18 cards in my hand because of my Scorch Wheel, and I built 7 on this turn, and I got to play 6 attacks. All right, it's yours. Like, that doesn't feel good for anybody. Like, that's why. Like, hey, what was Tiger Scream Kunjin's win condition?
Play Tiger Scream.
Play Tiger Scream. That's lame. That's not fun or interesting whatsoever. And so there's just a ton that we get to push off of when it comes to.
Yeah, but your deck still needs a game plan.
Well,
Totally.
where,
And
see,
the
where
game-
I was coming from with this
Go ahead.
topic was like, that's such a common every single time. It's like such a common question. Like, what do you kill with?
How do you win the game? That's the
And
part.
why can't it just be good UFS? Like being good at the game. Why not?
Because that doesn't win UFS anymore. Because things like shotgun and things like Nutcracker, missile launcher, Chorito, and things like
I mean, I'm right there with you. I just wanted to like have an argument about it.
the
like,
discard card that I can't think of the
Attaboy.
name of right now.
Content. So
Like those exist.
here's where I get to
They carry a lot of the game.
here's where I get to spin this on its head. One of the biggest complaints that we get, not only on our comments, but by you, is, man, these campus championship decks, they just have too many ultra res in them.
Everyone play. We play the same 5 cards every single round. Missile launcher, the discard,
Right?
coffee samba, spirit shotgun, and Nutcracker.
Right.
And then coming in just barely behind, we got Sadistic Ways, Tagora Brothers, and I think it's, I don't remember what the other one is.
Sure.
We play like those 7 cards the most.
And so
All 7 of those are usually in every single.
And so from there, you just said that the game is run by these powerful cards.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't we play these powerful cards? Right? If that's the win condition of our deck, if my
That's fine.
Sung Mina deck is like my win condition, we ask the same question.
I have no problem with it. I just think it's really lame to see that all the time.
I
have no problem with
that's-
it being the meta. That's not a problem. I have it. I have a problem with it being the only 7 cards, but like it's whatever. It's what card games are. People gravitate towards the best cards. It's
Yeah.
always going to be the thing.
For sure.
There's going to be a defined best cards all the time. You can't change that. There's never going to be an even moment in card games.
So is it just complaining for complaining's sake at that point on
For
your
what?
end?
What are we at right now? I'm confused.
So we've now transitioned ever so slightly to one of the big complaints that you have is we only see 7 cards in our campus championship, right?
yeah.
And so
I'm allowed to not like the fact that we throw the same 7 cards into our videos.
So that's what I'm asking. Is it just complaining for complaining's sake, or
No, I think it's a real issue. I think it's a real issue that these 7 cards are like the main cards of every single deck that gets played almost.
So at that
and not
point,
just here, but in general?
In my opinion, in general.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think in general these are the 7 strongest cards in the game with the way the game works right now. That's counting Sadistic Ways. Sadistic Ways opens up a lot of windows for a lot of decks.
It really depends. But at
the Vicious deck that got second place versus Barrett's Cassie deck, playing Sadistic Ways.
that's 2 years ago.
But the metas change, obviously. There's always, like, Sadistic Ways is going to fall off and someone else is going to come in when, like, the new set comes out. But, like, I think these are, like, the 7 strongest cards. Like, and that's obviously going to change when, like, the DLC comes out, too.
Yeah. It's just like
It's just...
I don't see, except for whenever it comes to us making decks for the campus championship, it is totally fine for us to take and have the best cards that are the quote meat and potatoes of your deck. I'm playing Missile Launcher, playing Coffee Samba, but then in that Kung Jin deck that's coming out, you can find the videos live on Twitch or find them on YouTube later
Coffee Samba, that's what it was.
YouTube later as breakout videos of like it was playing Keiko's Aid and it played a one of Keiko's Aid and it played a one of
You mean Keiko Slap?
Keiko Slap, sorry, and it played a one of
Yeah, for the guild deck?
Firefly Gunner in my
for the
and I played
Yeah,
those cards
but
and
you
they weren't
also played 4 Missile Launcher for Coffee Samba.
because those other cards weren't optimal, right? Those other cards weren't optimal, but I wanted to still showcase that they
Yeah.
existed for the same reason I played the Mitsurugi action.
Yeah.
So that whenever
Reaction's fun though.
Mitsurugi, right?
I'm down
As
for that.
soon as I go and I take that to a PTC, that card's coming out. That card's coming out
Yeah, no.
because it needs to be something else because it's not optimal.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't mean I still don't like. I still think having four Coffee Samba, 4 Missile Launcher is lame. I think it's cool because like spoilers, you had the best tournament run in the campus championship so far against decks that should have beat you.
people need to learn how to play Punch and Judy. They just didn't plan for it. My guild deck planned for Punch and Judy, still got fucked up.
Like it's just I just find it to be lame. I know it's the meta thing. I don't care about that. It's the meta thing. That's how the meta is always going to be. If one card fell off, like if they ban Tagora Brothers, another card is just going to jump up there because Tagora Brothers shut that card off, or a card shuts Tagora Brothers off. So now that's up there because Tagora Brothers isn't anymore. Like the cards are always going to do that. I think Matriarch whatever is going to
Matricide.
Matricide is going to be up there. I think. The one from
Who knows?
Inferno, the 6/6 that gets plus like 1 billion damage for no reason, is going to be up there for just forever. Because Textsphere exists, you get a copy of that. You have that on its own. Jet mills, everything mills from like Cowboy Bebop forward. Like there's going to be so many options that are just going to drop other cards, bring other cards up. Like Missile Launcher's been like one of the best cards since it came out. Same thing with Nutcracker. Tagora Brothers, yes.
So
like they just
getting a little back on track. So here's why I think like it's a little interesting to have a conversation with you about this, is because like in the span of 24 hours, you can complain to somebody when building a deck, hey, what's your big fucking cool ultra rare attack?
Yeah.
And then turn around and in the next breath be like, man, I hate that everybody's playing all these cool fucking ultra rare attacks.
Yes,
that's where our confusion
well,
comes
it's
from.
they're two different topics. I'm asking Tyler, like in a meta standpoint.
Whoa,
this needs to be.
Don't bring his name into it.
I'm just starting a conversation. In a meta standpoint, is my thing finally printing?
The printer's going off. It's nuts.
What printed?
Just talk. You're
is
on a
it
podcast.
like a poem? Yeah, I finally printed the things I started like 6 hours ago.
Rad.
So, like, at a meta standpoint, these cards need to be played. To be competitive, you need to have these options. You need to have the in my opinion, the way you kill your opponent. What's the way you kill your opponent? Because drawing 7 cards doesn't kill your opponent, like I was saying. It gives you more options. But, like, you still have to play normal UFS. You need your option to kill.
So, from there, like, what would have been the appropriate answer for that deck? For the draw 7 Van Helsing deck, what was the answer you wanted to hear? Because you were reaching a little bit.
What symbols does she have?
We were playing under order.
Order?
Mm-hmm.
The deck has order.
Deck has to be under order.
That's cool. I think Sand Grenade would have been cool. Caltrops into anything else would have been cool.
And so the
just
kill card would have been Caltrops then.
I don't think the kill card would have been Caltrops. Caltrops setups for a kill card. It knocks everything out, so anything that could have stopped your one kill card just goes through. Drawing 7 doesn't kill somebody, especially when you're starting off as that. It just doesn't do that. You're drawing 7, it's a 7 damage tag. That's cool, but it just leads into something. What's it leading into? How are you finishing that combo? If it's just to draw 7 cards, you're not going anywhere. You're kind of just like nudged forward, and then your opponent's going to get to just swing back.
But all right, to just play devil's advocate, all right. So he drops his 7-drop.
Yeah.
Let's just say he commits 2 for it.
Sure.
Okay. Let's just say he also has 5 other foundations. Sure. He has 5 other foundations, and he draws 7, and then he plays. So it's a 6-hander to start.
6-hander to start. So by the end of it, he's gonna have 13 cards.
No, that'd be
12 cards. 12 cards in his hand.
And then he plays 2 more foundations. So he goes into his next turn with 7 readied foundations. And 10 cards in hand.
Yeah.
Okay. And so his opponent's not going to be able to do anything.
Hopefully.
Almost likely.
Hopefully.
Most likely.
But at that point,
Okay.
you're still just playing normal UFS.
For sure.
Right. But hold on. There's more.
Okay.
Okay.
But wait,
There's
more.
They whatever. They try really hard. They keep going, even though it seems impossible. It's probably a mistake on their part. But let's just for just instance sake, let's just say they go in against you, and then you go into your turn. You still have 10 cards, or what?
We'll see you block with
4
3.
or 5, 3.
Yeah, you blocked a lot. You get to block a lot.
Let's say you start your turn with 7, 6,
Sure.
6 or 7.
You started at full hand size.
Okay, and they're all committed out, and
Sure.
then you just win because you had so many ways to defend against their turn.
Yeah.
And that's not a kill card. That's because you drew 7. That's the only thing I'm trying.
I just don't think that helps you, but I don't think that kills somebody. You also have, like, within those 12 cards, have to draw enough attacks to kill somebody on your next turn, which means you have to rely on that randomness, as well as I don't think anybody should ever. My opponent has 12 cards in hands, and I have 3 attacks. I should commit everything in my staging area to try and kill them right now. I just
like
don't
I
think
said,
that's an option.
It's not a good
Like
way to play, but like
I think it just draws the game out. Actually, and the more I think about it, just that situation alone, it's just they have 12 cards in hand. I have 3 attacks. This definitely doesn't get through it.
Keep going.
I think I just have to hold right now, and I'll build 2, hold my 4. Hopefully, I draw more attacks. Hopefully, they play out their hand, have less cards, and I can go in. You just end up in this situation where you're both are just going to approach deadlock really fast. Like, and then at that point, you get the cool Sun 7. You get to play your Sun 7. I still don't think it does anything. Like, it just you need the card that kills. So, but back to the where we were talking about is like there's a difference between like meta and my complaints about the meta. Like, obviously in the meta you have to play your strong cards to win the game. That's how card games work. It doesn't mean I can't like those cards. I can't hate those cards. I think Tagora Brothers is nonsense and should be banned.
I agree.
I think Nutcracker, Missile Launcher, and all them, and Shotgun have been running rampant for way too long and need to be a little controlled. But that's just my opinion. Nutcracker's too free. Missile Launcher's been way overpowered for way too long. And Shotgun is also just a little too free.
I think there's only one deck that runs Missile Launcher.
I think anything can run Missile Launcher.
I think there's only one deck that runs Missile Launcher.
Is it Xiaomi now?
It's just Tim Keefe. Xiaomi now is not even played under all, or under a good, sorry. She's just played under all.
Xiaomi now is nuts.
Hey, listen,
I don't
man.
think anybody plays Xiaomi now. I think they play Quan Chi.
Listen, man. I know what you're saying, but like from all the research that I've done, scouring the Discord, looking on Facebook, like I'm trying to stay up with the zeitgeist as much as I can. Like everybody's sleeping on
The good symbol?
on the good symbol.
I think they're nuts because like that's a 10. Like it's like a 7 for 10.
Yeah.
That they block comes back to your hand.
Yeah, I hear
It's
you.
nuts.
I hear you.
And you still get Nutcracker.
I hear you.
Draws you a card, comes back to your hand if they block.
I hear you.
It's an 8 damage attack on anything that's not a female.
Listen, my ears are working. I get it.
It's nuts.
I get it.
I think some people are really bad at this game.
So the overall opinion is,
But I'm also really bad at this game.
is I think to end it, I think you have to value your cards appropriately.
Yeah.
And if enough of your cards have a high enough value, you don't need one outlier of a card that does more work than any other. I believe that wholeheartedly. When looking at my Jetta deck, every attack that I have in that deck is a kill condition, except for Skull Barrier, which says that I end my opponent's turn so that I can play my kill. I can play my kill turn on my next turn. I'm just trying to end your turn. I want to play more cards. Every other attack in that deck is a kill card, or pushes my game plan forward to
I think
bring
Jetta's your kill card.
bring you down into the danger zone.
I honestly
right?
think Jetta would be your kill card.
But I can't necessarily say that because of like how
Gives damage, draws you a card, provides your advantage you want.
Okay.
We were talking about how I think
pause.
Yukina's a
You
can be a kill card.
just said 3 things that describe what Tyler's whole game plan was in that Van Helsing deck. It gives damage, it draws cards, it puts you in a position you want to be.
She gives damage?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, she discards
discards to give damage and change the zone.
Yeah, but you destroy and get rid of foundations.
I get it. She stuns out your whole board.
So she has to kill on one turn.
But all I'm saying is I don't value any one of my attacks any more than the other. At the same time, looking back at your standard, at the other example of the list of a deck that I have together is Tim Keefe. I've got Missile Launcher, Nutcracker,
Power Flip,
Akimbo, Dark Cherry Toad. Those are the only 5 attacks that I'm running in the deck. I value every single one of those cards as the kill card. Akimbo says that I don't die, or is just the setup card. All the other 4 cards kill you.
Oh yeah.
Like at all the other 4,
At any point,
you're
just-
fucking dead. And so I just
Cherito's right there on the brink of Coffee Samba.
yeah.
The moment that one card falls off, that Cherito jumps up there.
Yeah, it's just there's something to be said about valuing your cards
Oh, yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. I don't think there's like a certainly like correct answer to this
It's always
question.
your deck too.
Yeah, I don't think there's always a certain like super correct answer to this question. I think it's always a little bit of both. You definitely need that like powerful. Like I'm I'm sure that my deck would work without Spiral, but it would be a lot harder.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot harder.
You have to figure out.
I'd have to rely on Casa a lot more, I think.
I think you'd have to
Or
like
another
actually
card.
change up your entire plan because all of that is funneling into Spiral, but Spiral is not the thing that finishes the fight. The Spiral is the thing that puts them in the danger zone, right?
Yeah.
And so from there, you now get to change up some freedom of like, what attacks could I play instead?
So, yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. It's a powerful card that you get to play and good UFS.
And everybody always values the cards differently
UniVersus.
too.
For sure.
It's like
UFS doesn't exist. UniVersus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
UFS
help,
isn't
I'm
dead.
trying to help myself. I
UFS
appreciate
isn't
it.
dead till May.
That's true. I guess the UFS that we care about
To the
is
official launch of UniVersus in May with My Hero. These DLC doesn't even end UFS
Trying to get
yet.
ahead of the curve. Then.
I think it does.
I don't think so.
They don't see UFS on them. They're UniVersus cards.
Yeah, no, but we already have the demo decks that say UniVersus too. Is UFS already dead then?
I mean,
yeah.
At
I
that point,
think-
UFS died before the last set came out.
I think it is.
If we want to talk about it, I think Worlds is the end of UFS.
Nah, probably.
I think that since that is the
The
last,
last major.
UFS event you get to play, because these regionals aren't UFS events. They're UniVersus events. They're UniVersus
PTCs
regionals.
are
The PTCs,
UniVersus,
sorry.
yeah.
PTCs are UniVersus events.
UniVersus PTC schedule.
But anywho, I would now like to take this time to hear a word from our sponsors. Ads right here. So our first sponsor for the show is Cards Custom Build. My dad, my family, my last name is Cardwell, has taken and they make really awesome cosplay and props and such. So there's a bunch of pictures on the screen. Thank you, Tyler, of the awesome cosplays that he's done of me in as Woody and him as Buzz Lightyear, and he's made a Han Solo and Carbonite replica. He's made a life-size R2-D2. He's been in papers and he does charities, and he wants us to take and spread stuff to the cosplay community. So if you go out to facebook.com/cardscustombuild or see the Etsy link down in the description down below, and you mention that you are from TCG University or you know me, Tamara Cardwell, you can get 5% off your entire order. And he doesn't just do big, huge cosplays. He also does a bunch of little baby small props as well. I know for one time for my birthday, I got all 12 of the Jackie Chan Adventures talismans. So he puts in special requests. Just hit him up. Once again, that's facebook.com/cardscustombuild or the Etsy link for Cards Custom Build down in the description down below. Our second sponsor is Inked Gaming. If you are serious about any sort of gaming, you know that gaming has to have accessories, from playmats to dice to bags to mat holders and so on and so forth. Inked Gaming is where you can take and get all of your custom gear, whether it be our logo or yours, whatever you want, they can take and put it on. Some of the best quality mats that I've done, I've ordered mats from all over the internet, and I gotta say, Inked Gaming so far has been my absolute favorite. They've got really nice stitch embroidered edges. The mats are not ultra thick, but they don't feel thin and cheap either. Inked Gaming has got some really quality stuff. So if at your checkout you type in the promo code TCG University, you'll get a discount at your checkout. I would love to see on our social media all the cool stuff that you get from Inked Gaming using our promo code. That would be rad. Thanks, Tam, for reading those really awesome ads. I want to talk about this is a real fun topic, and this was inspired by you.
Everything's always inspired.
This is inspired by
me.
you.
Let's be honest. Everything's inspired by me. I put the things into the chat when the PTC came out. This one's about getting you guys yelling at me.
No,
You yelled at Tyler, young man.
hold on.
All right, sir. All right,
You let
sir.
mom and dad fight.
Maybe you weren't such a monster.
Stop
I
drinking
want
so
to. I
much.
want to talk about mechanics that you could see come back to UniVersus.
Back to UniVersus?
Come back. What could come back? Not necessarily the cards, but
do you mean
what
by
could come
mechanics?
back? Now, Jeff, I understand that you're a new kid.
I don't know what
I
you're
just want to
talking
know. I just
about.
want to know what he
Get-
means by mechanics at this point.
Shut up. I know that you're a new kid, and so my question for you is, what do you think could come to UniVersus? What's something that you think after playing? You've played Hearthstone, you've played Yu-Gi-Oh, you've played Pokemon, you've played Magic, you've played. What's something in those other games are playing that the space hasn't been explored? It hasn't been explored nearly enough. That's my question. That's my question to you. The first, and I'm gonna steal the easiest answer possible. You ready?
Okay.
I think one of the coolest characters that, God damn, I wish I was this good back when I played.
We're about to talk about Athena.
I wish that something along the lines of Yuri would come back. Straight up. I think it's so interesting to actually, Tyler, can you look it up? You can use the card spotlight tab to look up Yuri. You might have to do a little finagling, but she said something along the lines
After
of,
respond after your opponent plays their second card this turn, you search your deck for a card that shares 2 symbols with your character and add it to your hand. Her other ability was enhance, do a thing. If your attack deals damage, you gain a symbol of your choice until the end of the turn, until the end of your opponent's, until the beginning of your next turn. So like you kept those round. So like I played a Yuri deck where you gave yourself the all symbol, or you gave yourself. Oh, she already has those 2 symbols. You gave yourself Void, and like you could pick up Revoke. She automatically gets to pick up Templar.
Mhm.
Like it just
Yeah.
so crazy. Man, I wish she should come back. Man, if I could have a character come back.
What I'm saying is, I think it'd be really interesting to have a character that had like this conditional search my deck for this one answer and pull it into my hand. I think that's really, really. I think that's
World
really.
does that.
Kind of. It's all from his discard pile, and this is solely based on something my opponent does.
Yeah. Reactionary.
Yeah. And so, like, you get to just like play some really interesting. You get to play some cool tech choices of, hey, what's the most optimal thing to pick up right now? Oh, it's this attack. Cool. Oh, it's this defensive thing. Cool. They get to play a real, like a switch hitting game.
Do I have to pick one that can come back, or can I just pick one of my cooler ones that won't come back and should not come back?
I mean, just to talk.
I would like to have a ranged on ranged come back.
Really?
No, God no. I think range on range is really cool.
It is certainly cool. I'd be okay.
The hardest part is like trying to teach new people that exists.
Yeah.
And keeping track of that in game state.
Ranged used to be a keyword ability.
No, it didn't.
What?
It wasn't a keyword ability.
It functioned like a keyword ability.
If it did function like a keyword ability. So the way the range used to work was, it was just a rule inside the game where if you blocked a ranged attack with a ranged attack, it had a 0 mid block and did no damage. Because you basically you clanked your ranges.
Your fireballs.
Oh, that's super sweet.
It's really cool.
Kind of. Kind of.
Except, it gets forgotten a lot.
It devalues range attacks and hyper buffs range attacks. It devalues aggressive range attacks.
So you want to know the coolest? You want to know the coolest ranged card in the game? Surprise! Here's a napkin. It's an asset.
What?
It's an asset. Surprise! Here's a napkin is a ranged asset won by AJ Murray and his guys.
Pull it up.
That one has a fun story, but like we'll never hear that story. AJ doesn't play this game.
I could totally interview AJ.
I'm hella down. He's worked for Jasco.
Yeah.
He's like played this game. He has cardboard.
Yeah.
I'm down. You should talk to AJ.
That sounds like a freaking
Okay, so
Ooh.
can you make it bigger to where I can see it?
no.
Okay,
No, he cannot.
it's just impossible. I guess
Why is it like that?
the slightly down. I don't
Yeah.
know. This card ignores progressive difficulty when not being played as a block. After you play this card, your Nyx control check this turn gets +2. Form, add this card to your hand. Your Nyx control check to play an action or attack card gets +2. If that check is an attack, that attack is +3 damage. And then respond, commit 1 foundation. After you block an attack, draw a card. But this thing has the ranged and unique keywords with a 2 high block. It's a 5 diff, 5 control with air, good, order, and water. Man.
Yeah.
They're dressed as Chippendales. I don't know if you noticed that. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite cards.
It's a good card.
It's so cool.
It's a good card.
But that was the reason that card has ranged, was specifically because that was a mechanic like they knew about, and like it was just like this would be real fun, and then they took it out of the game like a year and a half later. It's just really cool. Like I think the mechanic's really cool because it's very fighting game esque, but it's really hard to keep track of all the time.
Is there
Like,
any?
I forget when like things have stun or like things have statics.
Is there anything that you're thinking of?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think one of the coolest things. So going back to Yu-Gi-Oh, I think it'd be really interesting to have some sort of Inferno. What am I trying to say? Infernity. Fuck.
Yeah.
Of having
Please no.
if I rip the top card of my deck, I get to do some cool action.
okay.
So it makes like draw ones really, really powerful. Of like my entire it's like I want to play the all symbol and fucking yeet my my hand away, and then just get like crazy stats for it. Something along the lines of like Ryu 1 dot or Ryu 2 dot or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Like I want to use my hand as a resource as much as I possibly
cool
can.
Things
And I really want discard a card as a cost to be like a real thing again. Like it's just like it's not. There's so few discard this shit card from my hand to do this thing. Like I can count on five fingers, the top 5. Like that's it. Van,
Ooh,
One with Nature.
Card pool is pretty cool.
Discard cards out of your opponent's card pool is actually coming back. We're getting it with the DLC cards.
Which one?
Uh,
was it?
Sella and Sky do it as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so like they're doing some cool stuff. But yeah, I think we're doing a good job of like building free foundations. I think we're doing a good job of like building in momentum. I just would love to see some like what's the J Talbane 0/5 3 low block?
Oh, the Curse Fate?
Curse Fate. Like something Curse Fate wise.
I think Curse Fate needs to come back. Like as a card touch.
Something along those lines of like or
like your closest target to Curse Fate right now is One with Nature. But like it's
yeah, right. Yeah.
And One with Nature is way better than Curse Fate.
Yeah, for sure. It's like Curse Fate on steroids. I would love to see like me gambling a little more on I'll discard this card as an ability to do more things. And like enhance, discard a card, do an effect. I would love to see that.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
I really liked Soul Beats. I only got to play with it for like
Soul Beats is really cool.
But
I
that was a
like
really
the
cool
review
card.
mechanic from Lord Raptor.
I think that'd be
Review
really
mechanics are really cool.
interesting.
I got one. Matures, not mature. Who's the one that's not mature?
Vice?
No, it's the other one. It's not mature. Tyler, can you go to KOF real quick?
Anyways, just tell me the mechanic.
Pass or do this. If you pass, I get cool things.
That's not.
It's Navos and all that.
You're killing me. It's Hold
Hold
on, don't look.
I'm not gonna be able to guess it.
He's got Rando's abilities now.
She has.
It's Ash. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I really like her mechanics of, hey, I'm gonna do this really cool thing, but only if you pass. And you just like set up things to pass. You got like Whirlite could do some cool things. There's a bunch of things that force your opponent into situations, and like you just use that.
Interesting enough, like we're getting that kind of back with the Raphael stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I mentioned it was like Raphael has like a Navos style to him, and I was just like, that's really cool. You know, he has the evil symbol, and we could do some cool things with Princess Berry in the real Navos fashion.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Hold on. Annie has the evil symbol so that we can play
English
Aristocrat as well as Confronting Jeddah. Ah man, I hope this thing doesn't give it a fuck ton of speed. Oh man, I hope this thing doesn't get a fuck ton of damage.
Hopefully I didn't discard your attack to play my own attack.
Yeah, that'd be real shitty, huh? But yeah, I think there's some really cool stuff that we can play. Yeah. I also would love to see like, and this is super jumping back into the old
I got another one. Don't worry.
The oldest school UFS Tabs ever played. The first character I ever made myself.
I like man.
Hey, I've got this zone in my card pool. I got this zone in my card pool. I got the third zone in my card pool.
He doesn't change zones. He works with zones.
If I have all 3 zones in my card pool, commit, draw 3 cards.
And ditch 2.
I don't think he ditched.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, he just says draw 3.
He has the foundation that ditches 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another one, Alice 1.
Oh, he does discard 2 cards out of your card pool. He discards 2 cards out of your card pool, and you
yeah, because you have to discard the ones that aren't. Yeah.
I thought you were saying discard from your hand. No, you draw 3, discard 2 cards from your card pool.
That's cool.
It is.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
It basically replaces the cards you've already played and
oh my
negates your
god!
progressive.
And in this meta, we would get to play Royal Poison. Bleh.
You ready?
I'll ready my fucking character back up, asshole.
Alice
You better
1
not
dot.
block me. Oh, naming cards.
Naming cards to burn. I think is really cool. Like like Alice 2 dot does some similar things, but like never the way Alice 1 dot did it, where it's just like, you're gonna play this card. If you do, you burn for 5.
For 5.
Oh, I think you might have
When we played the cube,
something. It was either that or yeah.
I love any chance I get to play Alice in the cube. I'm down. Because especially in the cube, it's more of a knowledge of what could they be playing.
Yeah.
It's 1s and 2-ofs. What do they have in their hands?
Yeah, I think
what do I remember seeing in my pod?
I think like rewarding like high skill players
High skill
for being like, I know
It's
what
one
your
of the-
deck does.
It's one of the things I feel like is missing from this meta. I think it's the reason I just don't like it as much. Is I don't feel like
Be careful what you say here.
I'm
You're
gonna say it,
You're
sorry.
gonna offend some people out
I'm
there.
gonna offend a lot of people. I think this meta doesn't take a lot of skill. I think it's show up, play the best cards, and win.
I mean,
Like the highest skill you get is like high skill versus high skill, playing 2 best characters, player to player. Like it just like that's the highest you get. But like it still ends up being, hey, I drew the nuts, I win. Like I can't stop you. Like it just happens. Like you can't stop it. It like this is the reason I think Grey Wars is very intriguing. Is like you always played with enough time to where like you each had a chance to build counters to counters and game plans to game plans. And you had to work for your game plans. Like you had to work towards something instead of just, hey, I drew it, I win. Can you stop me from playing my Amy card into 2 of these for 20 some odd damage for free? Hey, we did it. Like it just
yeah.
like. Am I Yusuke and did I play 3 attacks into ignoring progressive for my shotgun and then getting like 15 damage on that? Woo!
So I actually think this could be a topic all of itself, and I don't want to go too terribly long on the rest of this podcast, just because like we're running out of time.
It could be a topic for next one.
We still have to do post show. Someone remind me skill versus skill when it comes to UniVersus, because like I heard I heard something really cool from a Super Smash Brothers player about this, right? So
We can talk about it in the post show.
I'd actually want to save it for the real show, if that's okay. I actually think it's like a really important.
I just want to know what this topic about.
I'll tell you about it in the post show, but
Okay.
I don't want to jump into it
Oh yeah, you're
terribly
fine.
much.
I'm down.
Thank you very much for watching this
Spoilers for next
episode
week.
of UniVersus Study Hall. If you like the show, please, if this is your first time, at least go look at Patreon, right? At least go out and check it out. Look at the goals. Look at what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. We want to grow not just UniVersus content, but content for every other game possible, and be the biggest content provider that we possibly can. Without you, we can't make it happen. Like, share, subscribe to the videos. Go out to our TCG player and support us out there by getting rid of all of our extra bulks. You need cards. We got extra cards. We want to give them to you.
Please help us take them. Please.
They're all sitting in James's room.
yes.
He's having to sleep on cardboard. He doesn't have a bed anymore, guys.
It's all cards.
Buy the TCG player stuff, please.
We can get him a bed.
He needs it so bad.
Cardboard's actually very comfortable. I don't know what you're talking about.
We are gonna jump.
I think that's a topic. No, I'm sure.
We are gonna jump into the post show. Thank you very much for watching, you guys, and stay learned.
They learn. Get learned.
Bye.
We'll see you guys.
Get learned.